Well, hello there, folks, and welcome to session 40 of To the Skies. I am, of course, your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quest here on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. I've got to think of that every single time. And with me today, we've got my lovely cast, my amazing cast, and my very handsomely garbed cast. We have got Wingo the Wizard. We've got stories. Sorry, something in the back of my throat. We've got Stories from the Roses, and we've got Johnny Deadman. Everybody looks so good that my breath caught. Look at M showing it off there. Yes, as you can see, everybody's wearing their cast hoodies. We've got a couple more cast hoodies to get out from some of the other campaigns, and then we're going to be opening up the merch store that we have set up. Starting with a basic run of items, you'll be able to get hoodies, you'll be able to get t-shirts, you'll be able to get tank tops, and you'll be able to get throw blankets with your favourite campaign logo and stuff. Hoping to get that organised before I go to PAX U in December. Next part of the thing, I'm going to be at PAX U in December, so you should come and say hello, because aggressively polite Scotsman, I should point out, going to be cutting around Philly. I'm going to be running games with Gehenna Gaming. Hopefully I'm going to be running some Eldritch Automata, Alice is Missing, a little bit of Gods of Metal Ragnarok, maybe? Deep cut TTRPG there, if anybody knows about that. But if you ever played Brutal Legend, the epic game that we should have got a sequel to, but we didn't, it's basically that, but in TTRPG form. Yeah, that's the only housekeeping I've got, so I'm going to move on very quickly to my lovely cast and let them do the thing. So guys, what the fuck happened last session?
Oh, I took a lot of notes. Whoa, I took a lot of notes. Do we want me to give it?
I always love when Jess gets really excited about the notes they've taken. I took so many notes. Jess, if you would please take us away.
Okay, so we started in the land in between, which we really want to get out of, and we're like, okay, we gotta do this. But I was like, hold that thought, I'm gonna go talk to 3. And I was like, greater restoration, and I was like, hey, you're not actually a crazy robot, you're just, this cool looking elf person. And they're like, guess what the fleet's gonna do? They're gonna tear the space beyond, and they're gonna let things come in that are gonna undo our world. And we're like, that is not ideal. So we head on back to the land of the living, and we get to see a bunch of our friends. Kip is there, he's got his body back, and Hark is there, and he's got his body back. And there was a healer taking care of us, and they're like, oh my goodness, like, go tell people that, like, you're not dead anymore. We're like, oh, thanks. Well, like, doing the job for us. We love that. And we learned that the prophet from the Iron Temple lived. Go that guy. And he's on this mysterious island that we're on. And Fez is like, I am going to prank him into oblivion. And went off to go do that and had a nice little chat with him. And they chatted religion, and their perspective on religion is very different. And then Jericho was like, where is my bae? I need my bae. It's like that book, like, are you my bae? You are not my bae. Where is my bae? And she found her bae, and it was great. They had a really cute moment, like diving into the water with each other, and I was like, oh my goodness, look how romantic they are. And we learned that Teddy had like crazy experience with this gargantuan creature that was like, oh, I'm gonna help you guys because I'm a mist whale. And we're like, cool, thanks, mist whale. You're our next friend for our next mission after we get like a little bit of time to breathe. And then Queen was like, I want to talk to y'all. And we were like, okay. Except A did not say okay. She stayed behind. But the other two went, and there was this nice little like meeting, and we got to meet the rainforest drow, and it's like this island is hidden from the rest of the world. and Alice was there, and a bunch of different elves were there who are leaders. And Luca, who is the leader of the Rainforest Drow, was there, and they were like, okay, here's kind of what's happening right now. The world is going a little cray-cray. It's not a great situation, but we're kind of chilling out here for the time being. Um, and then Luca came and talked to Eight for a little bit. Turns out she knew him. She helped save him from the Underdark, and she burned their home. Yeah. But he didn't seem too bitter about that, maybe because she didn't tell him. But it's all okay because Jericho found that we got our cash and prizes from the land in between. So we've got so much money and so many nice things. And then this elf named Lorian was like, okay, I know y'all are like, we want to go save Fergus, like right now, but you need to give me like 2 weeks to make sure that you guys don't just go and like your brains explode or whatever, because, coming back from being dead for so long, that's a rough time for the body. And they're telling us like, hey, you're welcome here. You're our guests. Just don't go to the hatcheries because they've got these cool dragon creatures that are like all cool looking and fancy. And so we have compromised that we'll stay here 2 weeks. And somebody's going to have to break the news to Randuin and Cullen and Priam that Echo is no longer on this plane. That's where we left off.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So what I would like to do, what I would like to start with is, first things first. With this island, there comes a lot of goods and bads. One of the bads is you have to walk everywhere. Gotta walk everywhere. So what I'd like to ask is, at the end of the meeting that you guys have with all the leaders here and everything, as everybody goes their separate ways, what do you guys do? Your first day back, and you've had all the bombs dropped. What's your guys' first port of call here? Are you guys sticking together? Are you splitting up? What's the happy haps? I'll put it over to the party right now.
Don't I still have to meet with the Prophet again?
Mm-hmm.
You do indeed, yeah. If you still want to, of course. He's not going to hold it against you if you don't.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go.
Okay. So Fez, you're going to go and meet with the Prophet. What about the other two? What about Eight? What about Jericho? What are you guys doing?
Eight's got bad news to break to people, so she's gonna be doing that.
Okay. So Eight's going to be the one going round everybody and letting them know the unfortunate news. Okay?
Remember that beautiful nap that I took with Teddy in the questionable teeth hotel?
Nap.
It was a nap. It was a power nap. It was an anxiety nap. And let me tell you,
power nap.
we were having another one. Where it's a nap. It's a power nap. We have been gone through a lot, okay? Jericho passes out. Like, it's done.
That's
like,
so fair.
It's
That's
very
so
much
valid.
like that sexy moment where he's rubbing Jericho's feet and we think that something's going to happen and then she's just snoring 2 minutes later.
That's so valid. I feel that.
Absolutely valid. So Jericho's just passing out is what I'm hearing. Okay, cool. So Jericho goes back to Teddy. They have this really nice moment where Jericho is finally able to relax with eventually coming to the idea of, okay, I don't have to be worried, I don't have to be on guard, I don't have to be blah, blah, blah. And it's like
I'm safe for the first time in a hot minute.
Immediate drop out. Okay, cool. I like that. I want to go to 8 first.
Okay.
So, hey, who are you going to break the news to first?
She's gonna have to figure out how to contact Randuin because I don't know if she still has the sendings. I think Echo had the sending stone to Randuin, so I don't think she has that. So she'll have to figure out how to contact Randuin. But she'll go find Cullen and Priam.
Okay. So, Cullen isn't easy to find.
Mm.
But you are able to find Priam quite easily. The the changeling people have settled here quite well. Over the past kind of 6 months, they've begun the buildings of like essentially a copy of what their village was back in that space between the material and the Shadowfell. And as he sees you approach, over the course of 6 months, this man has aged. And he's like leaning heavily on like a cane as he approaches. It's one of those ones that it's got the kind of knot of bald wood at the top.
Mm-hmm.
He leans on it with two hands, and he comes over to you and he says, I thought that I was sure that we'd heard that you'd woken up, and I'm glad to see that the rumours were true.
Yes. We are awake. What other news have you heard?
Oh, nothing of much accord, to be honest with you.
Okay. I have some not great news, but I don't know if you are in a state to receive such news, so if it needs to wait, that is okay. I do not want to force anything on you that you are not prepared for.
Priam is a fairly intelligent man, so but apparently not today. He isn't. He kind of like narrows his eyes and he's like, "Well, if there's bad news to be received, I'd rather be receiving it now. If I'm perfectly honest with you."
That is fair. So while we were dead, we were in a space in between, and we met this very nice seasonal spirit, the spirit of autumn from the Feywild. And through a course of some events, Echo kind of not necessarily made a deal, but found a deep connection, and it kind of altered her state of being a little bit. And so when we came back, her soul was bound to the Feywild.
And there's a kind of look of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's it's very, very momentary, but there is a moment of like real like sorrow as he comes to the realization that his daughter is not coming back. He takes a big heavy breath. I see. But she definitely made it out of that place.
Oh, yes. Yes, we were able to say goodbye to her, and she went with the spirit of autumn. So she is in very good hands. He was a very nice person.
Then I can only hope that one day the veils between worlds might be repaired and we might be able to meet again. Thank you for bringing me this news, 8. If you'll excuse me, I think I'd like to be alone now.
Do you know where Cullen is? I wanted to inform him as well.
And again, another flash of sorrow on his face, and he's gonna... Cullen is dealing with his own mindset and changes and such. So, where he is, I am not entirely sure.
Okay.
I know he is alive, but he walks a dark path right now, and I think that he just needs to see it through to fruition.
He better not die again, because we went through a lot to bring him back.
I am sure that my children are tenacious enough that they will survive whatever could come.
That is true. I'll give you some time alone. I'm sorry to bring so much heavy news.
Sad news is better than no news at all. At least I won't have to wonder and worry.
That is true.
And he will take your hand in his and give it a wee squeeze before turning and kind of off he goes, heading towards like a hutch in the middle of this kind of rudimentary built village.
Okay. Just gonna go find Hark next, because she needs to tell him about Brog. That Brog's not coming back either.
Okay. Hark is easy to find. It takes a bit, but as you make your way down towards, you know, the ship, the what was it called? The Fleet's Disgrace. Which at this point, because it no longer has its battery or its pilot, it's just essentially a gigantic base moored up on the side of this island. But the thing is, despite not having its battery anymore, you can see that Hark must have been paying attention to Fez's lessons. Because while not all of the automatons are up and running, because you know they were all linked through to the ship and such, but there's like a good handful of them. Like you're talking about 10 of them that are operating and are essentially working as like a workforce, building houses and such for the crew of the Planebreaker to live in. Not the Planebreaker, the Fleet's Disgrace.
Mm-hmm.
Of these, there was one particularly larger automaton, which seems to have been like, you know, adapted and kind of added to with parts here and there. It's less humanoid and more ape-like, as like it has very, very large forearms and it kind of walks very gorilla-like, and has perfect little indents for Hark to stand on and to keep pace on.
That.
And as you get there, he's standing with like this big, like heavy contraption in his hands, just observing over all of them. And as you approach, you can see, he goes, "Hello, mate. How you doing?"
Oh, I'm all right. Do you have a second? It looks like you might be busy.
No, I'm fine. He's going to look down at the big thing and go, "B, can you put me down?" And the thing will like kind of like put his hand up, and he stands on the hand, and then the hand just swivels and puts him down. What do you want to talk about?
It's not exactly happy news. Is that okay?
I mean, news is news, so if it's happy or sad, it's got to come at some point, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I could just never tell you if you don't want to know it, but I don't think that would be very fair to you.
No, I don't think it would. Right, what's happened?
Well, good news. The Warforged, that's one. is not actually being piloted by Brock, his soul. So that's good.
That's great news.
Yeah. The thing that's not so great is in the land in between we actually ended up facing Brock. Um, but we I guess for lack of better words, I don't know if saying saved him is the right way to phrase it, but um he moved on, but that means he's not coming back.
You see this young, gnomish teenager.
Baby.
Kind of just like, it's like his wee world just kind of shatters and he's confused that it's happened. Oh.
Yeah.
So he got to go and move on.
Yeah.
How did he go? How did he leave?
Through a door. He only could see the door, but he seemed at peace at the very least. Because I told him that we would make sure he didn't die in vain and would give him an honorable death. And so that's a big thing for Goliaths and giants.
And he's gonna smile, eyes wet, a smile on his face, as you say that Bragg went through a door.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to say, he went through the stone doors.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be sitting at one of them tables that he was always talking about, telling stories. It's good. He deserved that.
And he told me to tell you, it is not the size of the person, but the size of their heart that matters.
And that's easy to say when you're 9 feet tall.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he was always super aware of just how large he was. But I mean, and she points to all the things. Look at all the things you did. And you don't even come up to my knee in this form. So that's pretty impressive. So I don't think he's necessarily wrong.
Can you make me a persuasion check?
Oh gosh. Okay. Dirty 20.
On a dirty 20, he's gonna... Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that is true, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. He would be very impressed and very proud of you. Bless you.
Thank you. Right. Well... Sorry, allergies.
You're so fine. Allergies are the worst.
He will look out towards what's been built. And he'll take a big sigh and he'll kind of lift up his big, thick gloves and use the cuff of them to wipe his eyes.
No.
Then he'll say, I'm going to build us a new ship. I mean,
Really?
I'll need Fez to do it. To do most of the work. But I'll design it and I've got an idea.
I like your ideas. They're usually very fun.
And he's gonna, while standing there, he's gonna kind of like look down for a minute, and then he's just gonna like really quickly, you know that little kind of gnomish shuffle where they're just like really fast.
Yeah.
He's going to do that right over and just wrap his arms around your leg.
No. I'll like pick him up and do. Careful not to, because she's, hard now. She's got metal and wood and things, but she'll pick him up and give him a good old hug.
He gives you a cuddle and he's like, are you gonna be like us again, or are you gonna stay like this?
Until the others are back, I think I need to stay like this, because I mean, I never would have been able really to bring you back without, having that connection with the interface. So I think I gotta stay like this until we can get Petra and Luke and Dorn back. But after that, I would like to.
Because Kip keeps doing that thing he used to do, like where he stares out at the sea.
Mm-hmm.
When you were there, I used to hear him talking to you.
To me?
Yeah,
Oh.
but he can't do that sending thing, so I don't think he was actually talking to you. I think he was just talking out loud and pretending it was to you.
Yeah. I do that sometimes, so.
I think he wants you to be like, like us again, because I think he wants to do that thing where you like push your faces together.
Kind of tip her head, and like there's almost like a sound of like little whirring in her head as she's trying to like figure it out, and she goes, like, and she almost says like in the spicy novels, but then she realizes who she has with her, and she's just like, oh, I didn't know, but maybe.
I never thought about pushing our faces together, but would have thought.
I don't know. I think about that kind of thing and just immediately go, why would you do that when you could make a robot?
That is very valid.
Well, anyway, he's like in the water all the time now. I don't know if that affects you, but if you need to, have any like maintenance done, you should come and tell me, because I'm getting a lot better.
I will.
Okay.
Alright, you go build some cool stuff.
I will. And he's gonna like turn around and he's gonna like whack the big thing's knee. He's going, B, put me back up. And B's going to put his hands down and put Hark back on his shoulder. And it's as he moves, you can see on the shoulder plate where it's been carved very, very like poorly. Obviously, he's tried it with like one of Fezzi's tools, and he's just kind of like lost control a little bit.
Oh.
But it's like a number.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the hashtag number sign, and it's like hashtag 84 Alpha 55.
8 for Alpha 55? What does that mean?
She'll point to it.
And he's going to go, oh, and then he kind of hangs down, and when he sits down and his legs hang down, so the bit with the 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll draw it so it's got the effect a bit better. I'm just going to have to do it backwards. That's the only thing. So. I'm trying to remember how you do things backwards now. I'm not used to having to do these kind of things backwards. Bear with me a moment. There we are. I need a new pen. New pen.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Okay, so this is what it looks like standard. Oh, fuck, the camera's the right way round. Shit. Oh, sorry, give me a minute. I'm doing this as fast as I can. 8, 4, Alpha, 5, 5. Right, can you see that?
Uh-huh.
Right. And when he sits down, his legs hang down here and turn the 5s into G's. Spells out brag in like letters and numbers.
Oh my goodness.
And
That's why you call it B, because it's Brog. My heart.
so yeah, Hark has become a battlesmith artificer. Not quite as talented as Fez. He's also got levels in just bog standard rogue, because stealing and robots. Is there anything else for you 8?
I mean, eventually she's gonna want to try and contact
Randuin,
but she's gonna have to figure that out. So I think she'll also need to like take a minute to breathe after all that.
So we'll jump over then to Fez. As it comes to Fez joining the former prophet, now just Ingot, for dinner. Ingot's hut is probably one of the most technologically advanced things here. He's obviously bits of ships and such that have washed up. He's taken them and cut them and repurposed them. It looks like a bona fide dwarven house. Outside it's even got a very, very rudimentary and basic forge and smithy. And as you approach, he's sitting on the porch with a rocking chair made out of pieces of what you can very easily tell is parts of an automaton.
This is the most at home I've felt since I died most recently.
Well, I'm glad. By the way, what took you so long to get here?
I died recently.
I know that. You did come and let me know that you were back alive. What I mean is, after I invited you, you're forgetting I'm an old man. We eat dinner early.
Yeah, they kept me there forever, man. There's a lot of talking and ceremonies and lots of real serious stuff.
Right, well,
You remember I'm no good at serious stuff. I was doodling at the back.
yes, that's why this conversation should definitely be had with alcohol.
I agree. Cheers.
And he pats two very, very large, dwarven steins next to him. He's like, come on. Well, we should get the nitty-gritty stuff out of the way first.
Absolutely. Also, remind me to show you this new drink I made called the Margarita.
Okay. I'll definitely try one of them. As you come up
Operation Rainforest Cafe is a go.
as you come up onto the porch and you sit down next to him, he takes two double-sized shot glasses of dwarven whiskey and drops that into the pints.
Oh, hell yeah. We're doing Boilermakers.
Hell yeah. I mean, what else is something that builds things going to do? Boilermaker.
Absolutely.
And then he's going to pick it up and he's going to start to drink heavily from it.
I'm housing this thing.
Okay. Him being a dwarf and him starting before you, he sculls the full thing. There's a couple of seconds where you're still drinking before he turns round and goes, so I've decided to declare you the new prophet.
Pheasant immediately chokes. Alright, I thought teaming up with the fleet was your worst idea, but nope, you've beaten it. You have beaten it.
I've never had a bad idea in my life, lad. My bad ideas make your good ideas look like kindergarten projects.
You know what? Fair point.
I've forgotten more things than you will learn. I have never had a bad idea. I've had some fairly good ideas, and I've had some downright decent ideas. And I've had some ideas that were a little bit harebrained, but eventually turned into greatness.
Harebrained, I can see on this one. I'll be honest. I'm seeing harebrained. I'll need some convincing to get to the greatness bit.
Okay. You're the first person in God's above knows how many years that was able to identify that the best thing that could ever be done to the Iron Temple was it blowing the fuck up. I was its prophet. I was the one who spoke to the heart of the machine. And even I couldn't think of that. Now don't get too big for your britches, because I'm not saying that you're smarter than me. What I'm saying is that you definitely have a fresher mind than I do. There's also another thing that is meaning that a new prophet has to be declared. And that is that, well, I'm dying.
God damn it. I already buried your ass once. You want me to do it twice?
Buried me. I teleported out the moment you left my room.
Alright, well, I thought I've already done this, so I'm guessing you want the next one to be a lot less explosive?
Preferably.
Yeah, slightly less thermite.
Less thermite, but definitely more heat. And he's going to touch his red skin and he's going to say, I want to go the way my people go. When I'm
I
dead,
think we can get that arranged.
well, you'll have a short time to arrange it because the parts keeping me active are going to lose their functionality in about 2 days.
Shit.
I'm alright. I've had a long life, I've had a good life. There's not many dwarves nowadays that can say that. And I'm ready to look my makers in the eyes. I'm not saying that you're going to know exactly what to do as prophet. But what I'm saying is that you're the best choice for it right now. If you don't want to do it, pass it on to somebody else. The point is, I pass the torch to you. That's one of the benefits of being prophet. You get to choose. You get to sit down, analyse, look at the blueprints and decide which one's going to make the best machine. And I think what this machine really needs is a bit of heart. And well, he's going to tap the hollow chest where there's some gear and cog construct keeping him active, and he's going to go, right now I think that you've got a lot more heart than me.
Been back for 2 days and you're already putting me back to work.
When did you ever think that you were going to get to put your feet up and rest before me?
Ah, you old bastard. All right. I just want you to know I wouldn't have done this for anyone else. But I'll do it.
You know, when you first showed up at the temple, I thought you were going to die within the space of 2 weeks.
Gave it a try.
I lost 300 gold on that bet, by the way. The main reason why I picked you, Fez, is because, well, you were fucking useless. Every time you built something, it would last for a couple of minutes and then boom. And you would build something that wasn't even remotely explosive, and somehow, boom. But you never stopped building. And that's the important thing, you see, because you're always going to make mistakes. The important thing is to not stop despite them. You showed me that when you convinced me that the temple had to go, but it didn't mean the temple had to disappear. And he's going to reach down into his thing and he's going to take out his personal toolkit. Now this encompasses all tools. So you have herbalism kit, carpenter's tools, masonry kit. And he kind of pushes the big box over to you and kind of passes it. And basically this works as like a bag of holding, but for like tools. He's going to say, you can find a way to install that into your... When I last saw it, it was a crab. Is it still a crab?
He's... What have they called it? I believe they call it a station wagon.
Right, okay. Whatever it is, I'm sure you'll find a way to install this.
He's still got legs.
Good. Never build something with wheels. Wheels are stupid.
Wheels are bullshit.
This is every tool you'll ever need. It served me well. Another thing is this. And he's going to reach up to his eye, click it out, and pull it out. It's a mechanical eye, guys. Like, Fez literally has one.
It's true.
He's going to hand it to you.
We playing swapsies?
We're playing improvements, lad. Anything within 25 feet of you that's invisible, that'll see it.
Shit, I can see through walls too. Hang on. Swap.
How do you think we kept track of those fuckers that they put inside the temple?
You cheeky asshole. All right.
They said I wasn't allowed to install any weapons that would be able to track their locations. They didn't say I couldn't give myself a new eye. He's going to drink the rest of his drink and put it down and then kind of sit back and... On top of bidding me, there's one more thing I'd like you to do for me.
All right.
This house is yours now. Once I'm gone, everything in it, you can have it. Do what you want with it. Burn it, sell it. You can pull it apart for spares, whatever. But at the back of it, there's a gift that I was given when I became the prophet. It's a thing that all prophets have to take. You don't have to use it. But apparently, it's a puzzle. And it will lead the prophet to their origin among the stars. I need you to figure it out.
All right.
I've stared at it for 50 years. 50 years it became my pure focus. And I will tell you everything that I've learned. The design is a language. That's it. That's what I've got after 50 years. Well, that's all the serious stuff I wanted to talk about. I don't want you getting sappy. I don't want you getting emotional.
Think I can handle that.
What I do want to do is I want to have food and I want to drink.
All right then. Food and drink it is.
And then he just kind of turns and looks back out towards the lapping ocean waves with his hands over his belly as the smell of good proper dwarvish food powerful, like alcohol you can run pinchy on. Wafts out of the house. Fez, is there anything that you would like to do?
Other than introduce Ingot to the joy that is the margarita.
Ingot spends his last 2 days as a die-hard Jimmy Buffett fan.
Hell yes.
Other than that, nothing for you?
No. Ingot and I invented cheeseburger together. And other than that,
So,
I have to I have to put him in a volcano now, don't I?
So with him being a magma dwarf, when he passes, so you would know this, all the mechanical parts of his body are taken off, and he is sent back to what they call the flow, back to the magma flow, as he is. So all of his mechanics are all taken out. You can choose to bury them or scrap them, whatever. Like the teachings of the Iron Temple are. Once it's not being used, it's just parts. But that's up to you. I can give you a full list of his body parts if you want, or...
I'll take it passive when you've got the time.
Okay, cool. It's very, very simple. He has the eye, which he's already given over to you. His right hand is metal, and his entire right leg is metal.
Right, easy enough.
If that's everything for you, Fez, then with 8, 8's the only one that's got something to do to try and contact Randuin, and I believe Jericho is currently asleep. Is there anything that you have that you want to do, Jericho?
I don't know what we're doing to the change that was made to Jericho. So I go to sleep, and I probably will do some training over the course of the 2 days that Fez is getting ready to do Ingot's thing. I'm gonna probably be training with Teddy, like some swordmanship and just kind of getting some stress out in a way that isn't so I'm going to die right now or I'm already dead. It's more of just kind of sparring with my partner because this isn't something that me and Teddy haven't gotten a chance to do because Teddy wasn't a paladin when that is. So he's showing me some moves. I'm putting him to headlocks and making him realize very quickly that just because you're a level 3 paladin does not mean that you can step to me.
All right. So, okay. Well, what I'm going to do here is this.
Zimte.
Thank you. First things first. We're going to go to 8 trying to contact Brandon. How are you trying to do that, 8?
So Abby let me know in the chat that she would have given us the sending stone.
Okay.
So
I didn't even realise that the chat was there. Hello? Hello, sorry.
it's the server chat that she did that in.
We have a private chat that you're not allowed in.
But she also is in the World Tree Cast chat, so
And
she's
then-
everywhere. She's everywhere.
She was on the Twitch page as well.
Ah.
She said if Colin
Woo.
dies again, Echo will bring him back and kill him herself.
Valid?
Okay, so you have the sending stone that goes straight to Randuin.
Yeah. Hello, Randuin, are you there?
It's a couple of seconds before Randuin's voice comes back and goes, "Is this a we're calling from beyond the grave thing, or is this a hey, we've woken up now?"
We are alive and well now. Well is a very relative term, but we are alive.
I mean this with absolutely no sense of humour or joking or whatsoever. That is the best news I have heard all day.
I am glad to start with the good news then. What is your status? Where are you? It sounds like things have not been great for you.
Well, the Free Folk have went from a fleet of roughly 300 ships down to about 40.
Oh.
And I am in charge of locating any stragglers that might have taken to the skies.
You said it. To the skies.
I did it. I said
I said the thing.
of all the ships that we have left, the Tempest is one of the few that can still fly. So I'm kind of in charge of the skies now. Or at least I was, until the Tempest got, well, kaboomed. It's alright though, it's already been planted. We've got about another
Okay.
4 or 5
Okay.
days of growing to go.
Okay. Are you and the crew okay? That sounds like it was not a good time.
Yeah, we're all fine. We washed up nearby. Do you remember that cave, by chance? With the weird stone people?
Oh, yes. Where also some of those mages were. Like Silas, although I think Silas actually was on your boat.
Yeah, Silas
But I
is
think
still here.
Sarah was still there.
Silas is still here. Sarah's still here. Silas is still a member of the crew. Sarah is still here with these mages. They're
Okay.
planning on trying to get into what I think used to be their school and try and clear it out. These weird stone people have agreed to help them, and while we're waiting for the next 4 or 5 days, we might give them a hand too.
Oh. Well, that sounds at least like, a productive use of time. And, I mean, I'm sure in their school, since they are all magic people, that they will have some powerful things that would be helpful, both to themselves and maybe to you.
Yeah, they have information of the school as being used as an operation of sorts by some demon lord.
Oh, which demon lord is this? We've got a list from Vel from forever ago.
This lad's name is, and he's going to. You hear there's just silence. Then he comes back and goes, Fraser Ubalu.
I do not believe that was on her list.
No, wait, sorry. No, wait, that's Silas's handwriting. Fraz Urblu.
Do I know that name?
You can make an Arcana check, but it will be at disadvantage because it's like
Oh.
this isn't like a devil. This is like a demon lord from the abyss. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of an out there one.
I don't know if
He's a
Fez
dumb
knows,
bitch.
but I definitely do.
Well, I really wish I could have done that first roll because it was a nat 20, but it was a 10.
So the abyss is one of these weird areas where, like, the 9 hells have its 9 devil lords and ladies, but they have little pockets of, like, generals and dukes and such dotted all over. The abyss has over 1,000 layers, and each one of these layers is in constant competition by multiple demon lords. But there is like a number, maybe somewhere between 10 and 20 demon lords who are considered like the upper echelon. Fraz Urblu is easily in the top 5 of them. So one that the 8 would know, because you guys encountered them briefly, is the demon lord Orcus. Right?
Yeah.
Orcus and Fraz Urblu are on a similar power level. very, very powerful demon lord. So that's who apparently has taken up refuge in that school. However, why he would be there, you have no idea.
Okay.
With a 10 though, 8 has never heard of this name before.
That was not on Val's list, so I know very little about that. I think she actually was hunting devils, so that's probably why it's not on the list. But that sounds very dangerous. Please do be careful. Don't, I mean, I know you and your father are very good at dying or not dying or getting really close to dying and then not dying and things like that. But I would encourage you not to push your luck.
I will definitely take that under advisement.
That was a lie, wasn't it?
It was definitely mostly not the truth.
I figured.
Anyway, why are you using the captain's stone?
Well, things have happened for us as well.
Ooh.
So we are alive.
That's good.
Yeah. Just not all of us are on this plane anymore.
Oh gods, did Feds find a way to get into the celestial heavens? Because that is an appetite for just badness.
No. Fez is here. Echo is in the Feywild.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and because of the whole veil thing, we can't.
Yeah. But once we fix the veil, then we will be able to see her. And I also have something she has wanted to give you for a long time, so we need to meet up soon.
Okay.
So that is all the more reason for you to not die because this is something she has held on to for literally like 2 years.
That is a long time.
Hmm.
Do you know what it is?
I do. But I kind of want to hold it over you so that you don't die and that you are more determined to come back alive so that I can give it to you. But if it would motivate you to stay alive, I can also tell you what it is.
Is she okay?
Yes, she is okay. She has a friend with her, a very... They're all waving to you, Mama.
Oh, gotta come back. Oh, I love to see you all.
Well, I mean, that's good that she has a friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I know you cared a lot about her.
Kind of sounds a little bit weird, you know, saying it and admitting it and it not landing anywhere, you know?
I think it will. If you say it out loud, I believe in energy. And I think even across the veils, that energy might reach her.
I used to look at her and there would be jokes and you know the you know the thing you know the jokes that you make and the talks that you talk, and then I always would tell myself that, you know, nah, not now. And I'd always think that at some point, maybe, just, maybe it would be like, kind of like me dad and me mum. But I know the Feywild, it doesn't really have a way of working well with you if you're not part of it,
He is technically part of it right now. She's got a little, little bit of her.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Well, then we'll just have to bring her back here once we fix the veils.
This is a weird way for it to happen, As far as I was aware of things, I thought you were supposed to, be in love and then be heartbroken. Not feel the heartbreak and then realise you were in love. Thanks, eh? As soon as the Tempest's back, I'll be there.
Okay. Take care of yourself, Randuin.
I'm a hawk song. We always do.
You tend to put others before yourself, though. So, take some time for yourself.
Before you get to say that, eh? Literally, as he says, I'm a hawk song. It's what we do. The connection cuts. I should have told Abby this like 900 times, like before Abby had to leave. Like, there's going to be a point where Jericho just does the very oh god, who is it? What's the characters that do it? The very Vax Keyleth thing, like just turn and turn and be like, that I'm like head over heels in love with you, right? Okay, cool, just so we're on the same page, and then just going back to doing what he was doing. But no, now I get to cause that. Realistically, that boy should have had way more trauma by now. He's related to Faulkner and Talus, so yeah, he deserved way more trauma than
No, he deserves the world.
But yeah, so you were able to deliver the news. 8. And with that, I'd like to take us into our little time skip. As we're going to skip forward the first week. A week goes by. Calmness, sorrow at the prophet's passing, celebration at the events as they mark the passing of his life, rigorous changes as Jericho is fast-tracked and fueled to prove that they are ready to gung-ho into this, ready to grip this change and make it happen. And we have a full-on training montage of Jericho and Teddy testing and strengthening each other, with Jericho switching, I believe, what was the changes that were made, if you'd like to say them, or you can keep them a secret, your choice.
So, no, I would love to. So Jericho is no longer a rogue. With everything that has happened, with our party losing a significant frontliner, Jericho realizes that spot needs to be filled in some capacity. So she is training with Teddy to be the front line. I have changed to a fighter only. And I'm using Drakenheim, Dungeons of Drakenheim, the Commander Fighter. So I'm level 17 fighter. I will go through the different things that this entails during combat, and I'll show you guys a little bit of what this class does. I've been so excited to play it. But Jericho's essentially is taking the role of meat shield.
It's a very, very cool subclass made by the same people, Ghostfire Gaming, that make our lovely Grim Hollow. So immediately as soon as I heard it, I was like, fuck yes, give me this shit.
Yep.
Like,
It's from the Dungeon Dudes Drakenheim and Ghostfire Gaming. And I'm playing in Drakenheim. I play with a Commander Fighter. It is so much fun. I've been dying to play this class. So when I saw it, I was like, I wonder. And he sent it to Brandon within 5 seconds. Brandon was like, yes, but yes,
Dude,
freaking
it's
yes, yes.
While you guys are training, Teddy switches up as well.
Ooh.
So when I originally pictured Teddy, again, I didn't really give him a stat block, but I gave him, like, you know, the baselines of what we'd do. And Fighter was kind of the obvious thing. With him now taking a Paladin Oath, an Oath of Devotion, that Oath of Devotion being his Oath of Devotion to his wife. He's also started to, obviously, as he's went on this kind of like self-fulfilling quest to go and find this weapon that belonged to his family, and he's touched base with his deep elf roots. He's also going to change what type of fighter I had in mind for him as he moves away from Battlemaster. As he fights, he starts to be able to manipulate water in a very strange way, where almost he moves and leaves behind a version of himself made of water. As he's going to become an Echo Knight. Basically manifesting a watery version of him.
What a cool multi-class!
On top of that, he does switch up his fighting style as well, as he's now going to favour a slight reworking of things. I'm doing a wee homebrew thing here, because I think it'll be cool. I don't get why spears are versatile, but tridents aren't. You can definitely jab with a trident, one-handed.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I've switched up and made it possible in my world for tridents to be wielded versatile with the same kind of damage block as spears. So he fights with a trident and a flail.
Teddy's getting badass.
But this flail is a very specific kind of flail that I'm thinking, where it ends with more of like an axe blade than like a hook or a ball.
But that's cool.
I'm still homebrewing it up, but essentially the stat block I'm using right now is a flail that does slashing damage.
That's really cool. So I think that during this training montage, there's this really big issue that Jericho has, because Jericho has always been a thrown weapon fighter. That's or thrown weapon enthusiast. That's what she does, but she can't. There's like this. She's trying to get the targets, and she's trying to do it fast, and she can only get 2 in 6 seconds, and she's trying so hard, and she's trying other things to throw, and it's like a good solid couple days where she's just getting frustrated, and Teddy is like trying to help, but like she's about to throw it at Teddy. I just need to figure. I can do this. I need to figure out how to get the boom boom. God damn it! I need to go faster.
And at that point, that's actually a pretty good segue in. As you say that, Teddy will
It's almost like I knew something was coming.
Teddy will kind of get up from it and go, well, have you tried? Sorry, can't really breathe. I'm not used to moving that fast. And he does that thing where he takes the flail and he kind of throws it over his shoulder so the chain loops round. And he kind of catches it and like hooks it in. He's like,
Jericho swoons.
have you tried maybe thinking of like a different weapon?
I mean, yes, but there's it. Maybe.
Fez, maybe, yeah.
Let me go look around and see if there's something that it might work. I'm gonna take a break here. Have fun and maybe do some cardio. Your stamina sucks.
Yeah, definitely. There's another thing to try as well, by the way. And every now and again, this weird, creepy mob of goblins shows up with like this ship that honestly I don't know how it flies. And apparently one of them is like a magnet for magic items, so you can always check in with them.
That is... And I start walking towards that. That sounds interesting. Let's go.
Okay, so are you going for Fez or are you going for the goblins?
Oh, the goblins.
The goblins. Alrighty. Quick time check. Wingo, how long we got you?
I can go for another 40 minutes, max.
Cool. Just so I know. Alright, then very quickly I want to go and see 8 and I want to go and see Fez at the same time because I have a feeling if something's going to come crash banging and booming into place, they're probably going to want to run. Oh wait, Wingle, have you met Crash Bang and Boom?
No.
Oh
No, I've heard. I know who the end knows that's what's about to happen. But Jericho has never met Crash Bang and Boo, which is kind of why I was like, I kind of want to do this on my own, just to.
Okay.
They're so fun.
Let's go. 8. A week has passed. What has 8 been doing in this week?
I think she's been trying to keep herself very busy. Because the emotions are there. She felt them for a little bit and was like, I can't not function. I'm now the captain. So we're just gonna tuck those in my little chest compartment and seal it away and get a bunch of stuff done. So, like, she wants to talk to Granite. She wants to talk to Hylian. She wants to check in and see if there's any news about Fixer. She wanted to get in contact with Mara and see her status as well as the status of Lindra. She wanted to see if she could contact Kiva and talk about the Vardenvale because she knows that, Winry's not back yet, so she still would like to continue to help with that, to honor Winry. So she's just kind of like trying to touch base on like all of the things, like finding out about Petra and Luke and Dorn and if there's any updates on where they are. So just all this learning about the side quest stuff that we've talked about in the past.
So let's do it bit by bit here, okay? So
okay.
I think the start. What was the first part you said?
Talking to Granite and Hylian.
Okay, cool. So speaking to Granite, he is he's kind of thriving here, to be honest with you. He is very much taking to this place the way you would expect a 4.5 ton gargoyle to take to it. He doesn't like walking on sand, but other than that, he's pretty cool with it. He enjoys doing what he calls his morning walks in the water, as he walks on the seabed because he doesn't need to breathe. And
same, bro.
He's content. He's content. Talking to Hylian, he has become very anxious. When you find him, he's on the beach, like training, going through the motions of preparing his body to once again be put to combat. There still doesn't seem to be any of that celestial blood active in him, but he is training in a very very diligent and disciplined way. Essentially, the method in which he's trained is very similar to, like, Bushido with samurais. Very organised and every single manoeuvre being done very slowly, so he can very precisely know what's being done. But approaching him and talking to him, he says that despite for 6 months you guys are away, he's heard no news, nothing new. and he's kept his ear close to the ground, looking for his wife, looking for any news about her. But as far as he's aware, when they got separated, she was still in the hills.
Well, I had scryed on her, and we knew she was in the shifting sand. She had gone chased into underneath the shifting sands.
Yes, I forgot that you guys have been given that information. Yes, so
Yeah.
in that case, quick recon. He, as far as he's aware, she hasn't left the shifting sands. There has been no sighting of her above surface. As far as he's aware, she's still below the sands. Thank you for that reminder. I had forgotten that you guys had found out that she was above. She was in the shifting sands. Second part of that you wanted to do.
I wanted to see if I can get in contact with Mara and learn her status and the status of Valindra.
Okay, that's a fairly easy one to do, as Mara is here.
Oh,
So
nice.
Is that something you would want to RP and we can do a bit more detail, or is that something that is just, you're just touching base, getting information?
I mean, I don't want to take a ton of time, but she would, I mean, I don't know how much we would even need to RP it. Just, she wants to know, how is Mara doing? Has she heard, like, what's going on with
so
Valindra
if
after we
If
fought?
it's just like a touch and base thing over the week,
Mm-hmm.
Mara is fine. Her dad, similar to yourselves, is recovering. His recovery is taking a little bit longer. Because, when you're frozen in ice for over 100 years, it kind of has a bit of an effect on you.
Yeah.
As for Valindra, she has no idea where her sister has disappeared to, but her sister definitely survived the encounter. However, they did manage to find Mera's brother. And
Knut?
Knut is also here.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So, 3 out of 5 members of the Greymane family are here.
Yay! They are alive.
This could
We
also tick
love
another one
that.
off your box, because Mera has also been in contact with her mother, who is Kiva.
Ah, Kiva!
And Kiva is still in the Western Wastes, and she has not left that place.
Okay. Okay.
And she is
Checking off.
still talking in nonsense riddles.
We love it. We love her. Okay. Actually, I found out. So I'm just going down my list and just checking off things.
No worries.
Let's see. And then I think the last thing for right now, just because Eight's thinking about the decade, she wants to know if we've heard anything about Fixer, because she knows Iron Emperor is still out there and he might be in control of 5. And so she's worried about that. So she just was like, I know we're supposed to try and get the Iron Emperor onto Fixer's demiplane, so if we destroy him there, he won't be like, I'm going to go take over a new robot.
As for the identity of the Fixer, only one person knows his identity,
Which is Kip.
which is Kip. So Kip tells you very easily the name of this person who's known as the Fixer. As for his location, Kip doesn't know. The Fixer, as he explains, has got some kind of way of making himself. He can't be seen, he can't be scried. If he wants you to, when you meet him, you forget who he is. But I will give you the name. The Fixer appears as a dwarf. A typical mountain dwarf with a golden right hand. Or I say golden, highly polished brass and bronze. And a tattooed face who goes by the simple moniker of Sunwalker.
We know him! He was in the land in between! Okay. Okay, I think that's all on my list. I will say it's probably a little awkward around Kip. One, because of what Hark told her, but also secretly, she's like a little sad that she can't physically feel him uh anymore. And also because he can't enter the interface, they can't like have like not the actual like physical feeling of hugging, but like there was like the pressure you had described that you can feel in there. So she's a little sad about that, but she doesn't want him to know that she's sad about that. So she's happy that he has his body back, so she doesn't want him to be like, "Oh, I feel bad about getting my body back." So she's a little awkward around Kip. That is okay, but I think that is all now for 8.
Because Kip being around you, he's keeping an active check on you. So I did roll his insight check. I rolled an insight check. And one of the greatest shows ever of exactly why himbos are himbos. With disadvantage on the insight, he rolled 2 19s.
That is so valid, and like her passive deception is 11. So
Well, there you go.
she's not a good liar.
He doesn't say anything about it, but you do notice that as you go around places, every now and again, just shiny rocks and bits of like sea glass are left for you.
They all go in the little chest compartment.
As the week goes on, H just walking around sounding like a maraca. If that's everything for you, 8, before we have the introduction of everybody's favourite Steamboat Willie impressions. Fez, over the course of a week, anything that you're doing at all?
Fez is working on a design for an upgraded engine for skyships.
Any particular method of upgrading you're thinking on?
More efficient, possibly faster, and he's testing it using the actual boat he had been working on before we all died.
Okay, cool. Is that all you're doing with your week?
I mean, it feels like a big project. Other than that, I think he smelts ingots, mechanical parts into just an actual ingot.
I like that. I really like that.
I was thinking about it. I was like, that sounds like a him thing.
Sounds like a put him right on like a shelf in the workshop.
Yeah.
That sounds really
that's
good.
like the Iron Priest version of keeping your ashes on an urn on the mantle. Like,
Right, yeah.
I think that sounds really very on point.
that's like one of those things that people go, "Why have you got a random ingot on your mantelpiece?" And Fez just like, no reason. That's not, like, I like that.
It's unimportant.
I like that. Take a DM inspiration for that, Johnny. That's fucking fantastic. That's great. This is the kind of fucking shit you need when you get players, guys. Well, if that's what you're doing for the week, at about the 7th day, in a very unceremonious manner, you guys hear a sound which 8, Fez, you guys have heard before. It's that of an engine that should not be running at all. Jericho, what you're going to see is... Have you ever seen a Disney Steamboat Willie? You know, Mickey Mouse on the steamship like this? Right? Now, imagine that boat, but with 4 wings, propellers and all. And it's held together by spit, gum and duct tape. You've been around Fez long enough to know this thing should not fly. And it comes in trails of black smoke behind it with that very typical sound before it hits into the sand. Comes up, nose touches, ding, onto a sleeping granite, who does not move. He's asleep. He doesn't know what's coming in, and you're just going to see this goblin pop out with like that kind of like Guido slick back hair, and like a vest which is exceptionally brightly coloured, leather wrist cuffs, and just pop out and go, bullseye!
You absolutely nailed it.
And he kicks the side of the ship and a sign rolls out, Crash Bang and Boom's Emporium of Wonders.
I feel like you might know my friend Pheasants.
At this point, Fez comes in. I thought I sensed a disturbance in the force.
Hey, Fez, how's it going there, buddy? We love you. As usual,
How you doing, boys?
Hey, we got some new stuff in here. You wanna have a look? It's some pretty good stuff.
Oh no, please. We have a new guest. I mean, first crack.
Oh, who's the new kid?
I am Jericho.
Hey, Jericho! I got a joke about some walls at one point or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, nice to meet ya. You can call me Crash. I am the brains of this operation. And he's going to reach into what is like a gunner seat and pull up another goblin. This goblin has like an eye patch and has like several bandoliers of like various bullets and bombs attached, and go, this here's my older brother Bang. Obviously I got the looks and the brains of the family. And then he puts him down, and then he picks up another goblin, and the only thing I can describe with this goblin is this goblin looks like the, you know, the kid that eats paste? That's this goblin. Okay? And he's holding a jar of what looks like petroleum jelly. And he's and you can see there's like oil smears and stuff on his face from where he's obviously been eating it. And he goes, and this here's our little brother Boom. Sometimes you gotta, you know, like you gotta get his attention. It's like, hey Boom, we got a new friend. And Boom's just gonna kinda, hi friend.
Is it? And I cover my mouth so they can't see. Is it?
Yes.
I am going to try to adopt them. Do not stop me.
Go right ahead.
And Crash is gonna.
They are adorable. They are adorable.
Crash is gonna come up to you, Jericho, and put an arm around your shoulders, like drag you down to his height. I know what you're thinking. I'm lost in this apocalyptic hellscape of a world, and I have no idea where my position is, and oh, by the gods and graces above, if only there was some shiny new trinket or doodad that could fix all my problems. Well, I got you.
Yes!
And he's going to pull out a pocket knife. He's going to go, this is what you need right here.
And a bucket knife?
Every attachment you could ever need, okay? You ever seen those kind of knives? It's like you know, 50 different things, like, you know, it's like a matchstick and like a torch and all that kind of jazz. You ever seen those?
No.
No? Okay, well, this is not one of those. This is only a knife. Except it does have one other thing in there. If you lift up the little switch at the bottom, you'll see a red button. Do not press that button unless it's the most dire of circumstances, because this is what I like to call the XX model, as in it's currently been loaded with 2 X's of C4.
It's a boom.
Yeah, literally. It's like his brother.
I hand it to Pheasant, and I go, that is not exactly what I am looking for.
Oh, of course. Yeah, what was I thinking, you know? Stupid Crash. Everybody knows that what you're looking for is a new pair of boots. That's what they say, isn't it? If you're feeling bad, you put on a new pair of boots.
I am looking for something sharp and throwable.
I mean, I got a plate.
That's not going to work. And you can see there's disappointment because no.
Oh, you're talking like long and sharp and shiny kind of throwable, yeah?
And she'll take her. She has her bracer of daggers, and like she'll throw 2 into like leaves of trees, or like cut a banana or something that's around her. But that's what I need. But like faster.
Okay. If I could just ask you for a little bit of information, I got 2 questions for you that will be able to tell if I can help you or not. Number one, on a, if you were to compare how your brain works, would you call it A, good, B, not so good, or C, like my brother Boom?
C would be, can you answer the question again? A. My brain works very well.
Oh, okay, cool. And number two, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not very much and 10 being, I do it every single day for a Mars bar. How willing would you be to break into a place that once held extreme historical significance and steal stuff?
That is called looting? 10.
Oh, okay, cool. You just give me a moment here, okay? There's gonna be a fee for this. Don't worry, it's all being added up. You'll get a bill at the end of this. And he's going to turn around to Bang and go, Bang, fire up the detector. And Bang goes, all right. Turns and spits. Nothing comes out. And then he walks.
I love them.
and-
I love them so much.
And then he walks over to Boom. And he goes right down eye to eye with Boom and goes, hey, Boom. I'm gonna need you to eat the paste, buddy. And Boom's eyes go wide. And he goes, Boom, eat? And yep, Boom ate. And you see Boom take this huge handful of this jelly stuff and look at it, and he looks at it with that tenacity of the kid who's allergic to peanuts but just loves Oreos dipped in peanut butter. He looks at it with the idea of like, I will not let you best me, and just goes, and 8 and Fez, you guys will get advantage on the saving throw because you guys have seen it before. Wingo, I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from you. You guys are doing the same, but you're doing it with advantage.
And there's this really sad thing.
What?
I no longer have evasion or
Yeah.
proficiency in dex saves. There was something that I gave up that I forgot about until this very moment,
Woo.
and now I'm a little sad. That is a 14.
Dirty 20. Dirty, filthy, nasty 20. Thank goodness for advantage.
With advantage, I got a 7.
Wait,
Oh
hold on.
no.
I rolled a 2 and a 4.
I do have Indomitable now, though. So I'm going to try and re-roll that and see if I can get something a little higher.
There you go.
Okay. That's at 17.
17. Okay. Fez and Jericho, I need you both to roll me a D100.
I feel like Fez failed this save on purpose.
As you guys are rolling the wild magic table.
I got the best number.
Did you get
100?
69?
I got 69.
Yeah!
I got 43.
Fucking hell, Jericho. And you got 43, Fez.
Yep.
Okay. Fez, I need you to roll me a d4.
Okay. 2.
Every 2 minutes, Fez, you teleport 5 feet in a random direction.
It's like having blink on.
This lasts for an hour.
He's
Wingo-
definitely going to hiccup every time that happens.
Oh, please. I want him to go on a pier so badly, so it just like boom, boom, splash.
Wingo, I don't know why you're laughing. Jericho. For the next hour, any item that is not tied down, secured, held, or worn within 10 feet of you begins to levitate. Now, one thing I need to point out, people. You guys are on a beach surrounded by sand. Jericho, within 10 feet of you, sand just starts to raise off the ground. There's like little crabs and stuff just like floating upside down as gravity doesn't exist for them.
I'm sorry, but I believe I might have become a mage. Is this telekinesis?
Fez is gonna like look at it and go, look at all those fungus in there, get 11, it sneezes and teleports inside it, now he's upside down like, fuck shit,
Son of a bitch! Let me down!
What you are going to see is, as has been described before, Boom, eyes wide, purple, floating off the ground, like holding onto this jar, speaking some eldritch tongue that no one can translate. And then Crash, like, taking out this big metal corrugated iron sheet that's been flattened out, and it's had like a shape of like the map of the world carved onto it, and holding it up. And Boom's eyes are suddenly just going to go black, deep black as the void, and they're going to like lance out onto this sheet of iron. And over the course of like the 30 seconds all this happens, it's pure, unadulterated chaos. Other people nearby are coming under random effects. Somebody sprouts a beard made of feathers. Somebody starts to randomly smell like lavender. Somebody just, every time that they step, their feet make the sound of a sheep. It's all over the place. Random things are happening. And then suddenly Boom's just on the ground, rocking backwards and forwards and licking his fingers. And on the sheet of iron, marked on a continent to the east, the place where you guys, funnily enough, met the gargoyles, where you guys ventured into that underground city.
Demaria, right?
Yep, the continent of Demaria to the east. But this time, instead of the southeast or the straight west, it's in the northwest of the continent. Just making sure I've got the name of it right. I do. And it's going to take this sheet of metal and look to you, Jericho, who's going to go, okay, so I got your location of something that's going to do something. But here's the thing, with Boom, you never really know. It's definitely going to be something. I can't exactly tell you what. But if you go to this location, and he's going to point to this black charred mark on the metal. You go there, you'll find something. And I don't know how he does it. But we've never had anybody complain.
Like a far journey.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if we have time for that. I look at Fez.
Well, you ain't got time. You got.
I don't know. I don't know where I am currently.
Oh, okay. Well, you're around about
me
here.
neither.
And it points down to the like the bottom left of the map.
Oh.
It's like, you're down here. I mean, we could always take you. Charge you for the drop-off fee. She don't look like much, but she's perfect when she's in the air. I don't know how. I think Boom holds it together. I'm not sure. We don't know what he does.
He does his best.
Exactly.
I appreciate this. Thank you so much, Crash Boom and Bomb.
Bang.
Crash,
Crash,
bang, and
bang.
boom, but you'll get there.
Crash Bang Bomb is kind of the same thing.
I tell him that all
Isn't
the
it-
time, but he says it's not.
How much do I owe you for your services?
Oh, okay, give me a moment, and he pulls out the, one of those, counters caps that you get from, poker nights. They pull, an old school, like from The Mask. And then he tears off a bit of paper and he goes, "We're gonna round it up to an even 600 gold pieces."
60 platinum. It's not bad.
I'll give him 60 platinum.
Oh, platinum? It's been a while since I've seen that. Hey, boys, we're eating good tonight. And he takes it and goes, "Listen, one last time, you sure I can't interest you in a fine pair of shoes? I once knew this goblin who said to me, hey, I put them new shoes on and suddenly everything seems right."
I don't know. Fez, what else do we need?
Need is a strong term with these guys. But here's the real question, Crash. What's the weirdest thing you can show me right now?
Oh, easy. Found this somewhere. No idea what it is. No idea what it does. But it's here and it's for anybody. Okay? Practically giving it away. 150 gold pieces. Easy done. And he's going to pull out what looks like a black dot made of some kind of fabric. And he just goes, no idea.
I'm intrigued. 150, you say?
150 gold.
All right, I'll slide him 15 more platinums.
Takes it, hands over and and goes, psych, I would have did it for 50.
I had.
Okay, if that's everything, then you guys move along. I got other people here, okay?
Is there anyone around?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you didn't show me your boots.
Oh, here. He holds up a pair of boots.
Is it just a normal pair of
It's
boots?
just a normal fucking pair of boots.
My boots are nicer than those.
Ha! Well, I bet your boots can't do that fancy thing that you do when you move your feet.
Walking?
Ah, okay, so maybe they can do that, okay? Maybe you're one of them that did learning when you were growing up.
You are a treat, my friend.
Yeah, that's what all the goblins say. Unfortunately, I am acquainted with those who are not taller than me. So, you can look all you want. But there will
I'm
be no
happily
touching.
married, my friend. I am happily married.
That's what they all say.
But I will happily look as well. I will happily look as well.
This guy's not
Just
he's
because.
not a good-looking goblin.
I know.
No, no, Crash is
it's
quite the
being-
heartbreaker.
Being a charmer is kind of part of their
For
shtick.
anybody that ever turns around and says, I always make NPCs hot. Not true. These are the goblin versions of like the Three Stooges. With Crash, Bang and Boom going back to their selling, is there anything else major that we would like to do today before we... Oh, go for it.
So I think 8 was aware that all that was going on, but she's probably just like, you just crash bang and boom. She's going about her
Okay.
things. But I think at some point she would have seen maybe like the training going on and maybe have seen some of Jericho's frustration. And she will remember that Jericho gave her a very nice sword that I believe is finesse, so it can go quick. And she'll come up to Jericho and be like, Jericho, would you like to have the title blade back?
Oh, I still have my twist of fate,
Oh, okay.
and I like this blade very much. The only problem is my brazier, my brazier of throwing daggers. I can't go as fast as I'd like to. It's not. I've done a lot of training, and it's just it's not it's not as effective. I will hold on to the title blade, but the twist of fate has become a very, very big part of my combat.
Okay.
But I
I just
truly
didn't
appreciate
know
it.
because I could tell that maybe there was a little bit of frustration and I
No,
am not good at fighting.
and
So,
she'll show you what's going on. So mechanically speaking, I can do 3 attacks,
Mhm.
but I can only do 2 thrown daggers per action. So I can't do 6 daggers. I can only do 2 daggers for 1 action or 3 attacks. So that's what I'm role playing right now.
Okay, okay. Eight's gonna nod like she understands, but she probably doesn't because the only like weapon she really has used before is wave, and mostly she just uses that to talk too.
I have +3 intelligence, so if I see you not that, I'll slow it down and just kind of like time it out. Where like, hey, in a normal move where I can do hit with the dagger, I can basically decapitate someone with a sword,
oh, okay.
and kind of just show like the difference in damage and stuff like that. Like she'll take it slow.
Yeah. Which is good because Eight's got a +1 to her intelligence. She is not a smart gal.
Nah, Jericho's a mother, and she taught Fergus how to fight.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you honestly, it's probably the first time that you've seen the mom version of Jericho significantly, where it's just like, oh, and then she'll probably put the brazier on you at some point just so you can try it out and just like show you what it feels like to use the thrown daggers and just kind of have like a little mini combat session with you a little bit like.
11.
This is a cute little bonding moment. He definitely tries to throw one of your daggers and it just goes into the sand. And she's like, you are very skilled with those. Mine did not go very far.
No, oh, it's absolutely cool. So you went like this, like trying to throw a ball when you want to kind of whip your hand out from the side, and that's how you would like to try and do that. But Ed, I did want to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say a word there, and
It was
I'm not
a
gonna-
sound of affirmation.
it sounds like passively evading.
I am functioning, and that's what's important.
Yes, you are functioning. I am asking as a friend. I am worried about you.
I think she'll just kind of very gently just like put a hand on Jericho's head and just do like a little like gentle ruffle of the hair and be like,
I will be okay.
Okay, if it ever gets to the point where you might not be, will you please talk to someone? I know that we are still new friends, but keeping it to yourself can be problematic. And I'd like to be able to help where I can.
just nods.
And then
Say-
I'll.
Oh, go ahead.
There you go.
I was gonna say, as Eight walks away, while her body is supposed to be functioning well, I imagine that with all this emotion, that it's starting to manifest physically. So like maybe like a little arcane spark comes off of her or something like that that she doesn't even like notice. But like there are parts of her body, like how emotion can affect our bodies physically. It's starting
yeah.
to show on her body just because she's great right now.
Yeah. I think after that conversation, Jericho does like have a little side conversation with Pheasant, like just keep an eye out for this. Not trying to have a full role play mode. It's more of a friend saying, "Hey, I noticed this. We need to keep an eye on our captain. Something's up."
Okay.
Right.
Is there anything major that needs to be continued after this? Okay. Then, at the end of the first week, as Crash Bang Boomer here are clearing up their whole shenanigans, one of the rainforest elves is going to come and land on the beach, hopping off their drake, and very well to just saying, "We have got a very large problem, and not a lot of time." And that's where we're going to end today's session. Thank you very much for everybody that's came to see today. It was a little short one, but we are going back to our little half sessions for the next few while. So the sessions will be about this long as we continue on with that. If you like what you've seen here today, you should go and check out all of our social medias at World Tree Quests. Every single thing we have is World Tree Quests. A reminder that I will be at PAX U in December. If you see me walking around wearing this little hoodie here, stop me, say hello. I'll have stickers. I don't really know what else to say. Yeah. This, PAX U, watch our other shows, I'll have stickers. See you guys in Philadelphia. I'm going to move over to my players and let them plug whatever they've got to plug. Wingo, anything that you would like to plug at all?
We have a few more episodes of Hotel and Many Things coming out within the next couple weeks. We're actually finishing up our first arc of Hotel Many Things. Our first 5 cards will officially be done. So you should be seeing that October to December, and then we'll be taking a little break. Also, we are setting up for Extra Life the first week of November for Dummies and Dice Rolls. I will be running Launch of the Week. My partner might be running something first streamed game for him. I know that Tefra's playing. We might do a Baldur's Gate stream, but come hang out. It's for a good cause. I believe Extra Life is for getting games to kids that are terminal.
Such an important thing, such an important cause to give to. So do go and check that out and give it your best support, guys. Thank you very much, Wingo. Moving on to Jess. Anything that you would like to plug at all?
No, I'm here and I'm happy.
Love to hear it. What about yourself, Johnny? Anything for you?
I will also be at PAX Unplugged in basically the same place as Brand. So come say hi.
We're going to get Philly cheesesteaks.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, if that's it from my players and that's it from me, then that's it from us. Thanks for coming to see us today, folks. I've been your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quest here on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. With me today, we've had my amazing cast. We've had Wingo the Wizard, we've had Stories from the Roses, and we've had Johnny Deadman. From all of us here at World Tree Quest, good night. Stay safe. Give a goblin petroleum jelly. You never know what you'll find. Also, don't pull a finny. Good night, folks. Good night. Giving a goblin petroleum jelly. What the fuck was I thinking?